let's brace ourselves a little bit for this.
Yeah. Oh, it won't break our necks or anything.
Hi guys, Scott here from Outlaw Garage again. Today we've got a transaxle car, so we've got a 928. This thing is immaculate, so take a look at this. We're with George, so we're going to talk about this car a fair bit. We're going to take it out on the road. A lovely example of a Porsche V8.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's take a closer look. What made you buy this?
Well, after I had the other two, I thought this would complete the 80s set.
So hang on, the other two are...
I've got a 911 SC.
Yeah.
And a 944S.
Which are both red.
Happens to be red, yeah.
Happens to be red. And it's a particularly good 80 set. I think if you're doing top trump cards, that'd be a nice 3-card set.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay. And we will come back and see those another day, but we're here with a 928 today.
Yep. And last year, or 19, I started looking around for a red one. I had a look at a few. This one came up in Sydney when I was overseas, Christmas 19. I saw it on car sales, made some phone calls, came back, flew to Sydney, and it was as good as it was described, and managed to get it back into Melbourne just before COVID was shut down, or shut us down.
Yeah. So we're going to open this up. This sounds really... So there's a little button there, which we pull up. And then the back opens up. Nice spoiler on the rear.
Yep.
This is, so we probably didn't cover it well at the start, but this is a 928 S4.
S4, 1988.
88.
An Australian car, and it's got 102,000 original kilometres.
Yep.
And from what I gathered, it's quite a pampered vehicle in the past. I think what stood out a little bit is that it happens to have the red piping, which is apparently quite rare for Australian delivered cars, but very common in England.
Yeah.
So,
okay. And look, with the kilometres, it's clearly been driven, but whoever had it before you, like, cherished it.
I hope so, but yeah, you're right. I mean, the dashes tend to crack on these. There was no cracks on the dash. I'm guessing it's lived a lot of its life garaged and looked after.
But inside, like, you don't, and we will get to the interior, but you don't keep an interior like that where you trash it for years and then just clean it up for sale.
No.
Because that is like, that's really clean.
That's what it appealed to me, the fact that it was original and nothing looked like it was just done. You know? So
what's nice here is that you got a fair bit of space in the back. Obviously a transaxle car, so you've got the gearbox is kind of mid-mount, isn't it? Yep. In the middle there, and that gives you not quite as much space. So it is a 2+2. We've just darkened up a little bit there. It is a 2+2, but because of that gearbox in the middle, it's a little bit tighter. But we were saying earlier, like, loads of space for going away on a weekend.
Yeah.
Beautiful car, GT combination, and there's a fair bit of space in there.
Yep.
We'll get it out in the sunlight and have a bit of a look around it in a second. But that's lovely.
I think the biggest bonus is that it's GT, but it still takes corners, which makes it pretty cool, you know.
Yeah, because the front engine is mounted just back that little bit.
Yep.
And then with a weight balance, with the gearbox in the middle.
Yep.
The front and rear bumpers are a polycarbonate. And then the doors, the front fenders, and the bonnet are aluminium.
Correct.
So just for the weight balancing, because they are a big car, but that does tend to kind of balance it out a little bit. But that's lovely inside. We'll take a look on the interior now as well. Yep. Always like the rear window there. The shape of that with the shape of the body is beautiful. So here we are on the inside. These are automatic. Oh, I don't know if any of them were manual. Probably not.
There was manuals, although rarer.
Yeah, there must have only been like a handful of those. It is a GT car, as we see, just covering here. Loads of nice buttons, everything's big. The dash is kind of that swung back, so it slopes down rather than having the shelf on it there. The typical 911 or Porsche steering wheel there, and she is lovely and clean inside.
Sure is.
Like the red piping really sets it off nicely.
I agree. And as I was saying, the condition of the seats, especially the bolster here, correlates with the kilometres, and that's what impressed me.
Yeah, so it's like it's been looked after really well, driven, and then that bolster's a good indication that somebody has driven it and kind of been out and about as well, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Little sunroof at the top there. They do come with a small one.
Yep.
Look at the quality of these. Like, the seat is, like, lovely. 928 there. I think we will open the bonnet and take a bit of a look at it. Front engine, V8, 32 valve are these?
Yep.
Horsepower wise?
About 300 something, 310 I think.
Which is good.
Yep. And I believe there's more than 400 newton meters, so for its weight, it's quite a responsive, athletic car.
Yeah. And we will take it out on the road and see in a moment, obviously within the legal limits, but look at her there. The engine is so clean.
Yep, that's what got me.
Yeah.
At some point I wouldn't mind refreshing the rocker covers, but my mechanic's very much a purist, and he's like, no, leave it. It's just that I always want something a little bit more, you know.
Well, I guess because of the quality of the car on the outside is really nice. We'll cover that in a minute with the hood down.
Yeah.
It's almost like, you know,
you could leave it.
like us a little bit.
I get it.
We've got a little bit of grey hair between us.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it makes us a little bit more dignified, and I think with the nice body and everything that goes with this car, and then a little bit of dignity under the hood, she's honest. And I think a little bit more dignified like us. I like that. Here we go. I'm hoping the colour comes out. We will get some more shots when we park it out in the sunlight as well. But it's probably had a little bit of paint on the doors at some point.
I believe it's had paint on the doors.
Which is not a surprise. You know, people would have used it, taken it out to car parks, done things like that. Yep. But the paintwork, it's not a restored car.
It's not a restored car, but it's pretty close to immaculate.
Yeah, it is lovely.
It needs a little bit of paint colour correction here and there, which I'll do at some point. But I'm more than happy to look at it and be mesmerised by it, you know?
Yeah, and she's not like, you know, some people say 20-foot car looks great from 20 foot away, and then when you get up close it can be a little bit different. This is not a 20-foot car.
No.
By any stretch of the imagination. With the age on this, like, this is a 1 foot away car, and she is a gem. Absolutely love her. Stance is great, sits well. I know you've thought about lowering, but please don't.
No.
She does look really nice. We'll pull her out, get her out in the sunlight, and we'll go for a bit of a drop. Really looking forward to this because of the whole GT V8. Really looking forward to this, so we'll get her out.
Okay.
So we were saying that we were going to pull her out and have a bit of a look at her in the sunlight before we go for a drive. Here she is. Look at the colour on her. She looks glamorous, to say the least. That's a beautiful colour. She looks so nice in the sunlight. Like, the paint's a real credit to her. Look at that.
You good?
All good. Let's go for a spin.
Yeah.
You can hear that V8.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter if it's a Porsche V8 or any other kind of V8. It's a V8 sound, isn't it?
Yep. Only a V8 sounds like it. You can use it to rip a tree trunk out of the ground, you know?
See, if you did lower it anymore, those speed bumps are a problem.
I know.
And then you got to go left and wiggle all over them.
Yeah. Having grown up with lowered cars, though, speed humps are no problem. It's a matter of how you hit them, you know. But this is too nice to mess around with too much. And to think that this was like this in 1988, I think the average, I don't know, Brock Commodores of that era still had 50 or 60 kilowatts less than these. I think 160 or 170.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so...
That's not what I'm up on yet, is my Australian car knowledge. Yeah, because absolutely, these were the supercar of their era, weren't they?
Absolutely.
Like we were chatting about earlier, it was either high-end executives or your odd Melbourne criminal bombing around in one of these.
Well, yeah, I think what I read is that captains of industry and criminals tended to buy them. But there was only 77 of these that came into Australia in 1988, so...
Which is like so few cars. Yeah.
But they made a lot of them though. I think they've made 16,000 S4s around the world, so they went everywhere. Just that they were massive amount of money, you know. I think 230 odd K at that time bought you a really nice house here in a nice suburb, so in relative terms they were so expensive.
Yeah. She has some get up and go.
Yeah. I know you can put an X-pipe on these and apparently they can sound like a NASCAR. And I kind of like the idea of doing that. But now that I've lived with it for a year plus, I'm kind of liking the nice, sort of quiet. I'm showing my age, man. You know.
Got to say though, driving around in a 356, the thing's deafening inside, and it's nice to go on a long journey with something with, you know, a bit of torque, a bit of power, and a sensible note to it as well.
Absolutely. The other quirky little thing with these is that they take off in second gear. So first gear won't engage unless you stick it. There's a little kind of switch that it hits on the bottom of the gas.
Oh, so you can feel that underneath your foot?
Yeah. So if I stick it, it'll take off in first, but normal driving, it takes off in second.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Should I stick it?
Yeah, why not? Oh, yeah? And she wiggles as well.
Yeah. A little bit of counter steer.
Yeah.
But pretty good, eh? 33-year-old car.
That's fun. That is a good bit of fun there.
Yeah. In the wet it's really good too. You know.
Because you'd expect with a 4 that it'd hold on a bit more, but I guess it's that torque and the power. It does shift a little bit.
Yeah.
Like the bolsters of the seats, like they feel like they're brand new, like they really do hug you.
I'm guessing the passenger seat hasn't been used much.
No.
Because compared to the driver's seat, that suggests most Porsche drivers are lonely. We just drive by ourselves.
Lonely or just don't like other people.
Maybe.
You know, the quality of time of you and your car
absolutely
can be interrupted by someone else who's annoying.
Yeah.
Does she get thirsty?
Yeah. I don't care. I don't care. I trickle it because I try and drive them on a rotating basis.
Yeah.
So I just chuck in $30 every time.
Yeah.
It goes quick, but
yeah.
I don't care.
It seems to be part of the Porsche hobby to be, you know, there's a little bit of outrage.
Yeah. Because we can.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. A little bit of outrage. Still no coffee cup holders though. I did see you've got I did see you got a nice little one down there.
That's a water bottle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My mate Dave Macon gave that to me.
Yeah.
From PFA, and it's really handy. I can put a water bottle in there, and it's the only thing that I really use a lot in here.
Yeah.
I could really bag it up here, but I'm 54, so I'm not going to do that.
But plenty of pull. Like,
absolutely. Like I said, when I started looking at him, I just wanted to complete my set. But the more I read about him, and when I found this, I've really fell in love with this vehicle.
Yeah, and not only like the previous owner has really looked after it, but you can tell you really cherish it as well.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Like the camera doesn't pick up the smell, but this smells brand new.
Plus I had a shower before you came, so, you know. Hey, 968.
Oh, look at that.
I've spotted that before and posted that one.
Yeah. So thanks for watching, everybody. This car is brilliant. 928 S4, just a beautiful GT car. So lovely afternoon, absolutely fantastic. Stay tuned, more videos coming. See you later, guys. Bye.